When you think of a shotgun player, I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind is a titan running at you like an ape. You've probably told yourself that shotgunning is a low skill weapon that a brainless guardian can do. But what if I told you that there's a skill ceiling for shotgunning, and some of these top tier players have mastered the art of shotgunning? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm BRAVExHERO, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about shotgunning and several tips to take your shotgunning from basic ape to Caesar of Planet of the Apes. But before we get into the shotgun mastery video, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by watching the entire video and sharing it with your friends. Both are free ways to support the channel. And also, last video I asked for 100 likes and we destroyed it. So today we're going to be shooting for 300 likes. If this video gets 300 likes in one day, I will post a video on how to improve your aim, where I break down my routine and demonstrate how I land so many flick snipes, so many quick snipes. So your mission is to smash that like button now. So let's start off with the video. In this section of the video, we're going to be talking about the best shotguns in the game. But before we talk about the shotguns, let's talk about the perks, because perks can make or break any shotgun. You can have the best archetype of shotgun, but if it has terrible perks, in my book, it's a worthless shotgun. I'm going to be ranking these perks in order and talk about what makes them unique and special and why people are searching for these perks. For starters, we have two top tier perks, which are quick draw and slide shot. If you're looking to improve your shotgun skill, quick draw is going to allow you to negate the handling speed of your shotgun, thus making it easier to switch to your shotgun when necessary for cleanup kills or when the situation calls for it. As for slide shot, it's another one that pairs extremely well with anybody trying to be aggressive. Using slide shot and the slide tactic, which we will be discussing later, slide shot will temporarily boost your range and stability, but it also partially reloads your weapon. Now, moving into the second tier of perks, we're gonna have perks such as opening shot, vorpal, 1-2 punch, trench barrel, and snapshot. All of these perks complement our main two perks extremely well. Any sort of combination can work well with the shotgun you have at hand. If you have quick draw, opening shot, awesome set of perks. If you have quick draw, vorpal, slide shot, opening shot, whatever it may be, you can get a lot of good combinations with these set of perks. For those looking to shut down supers, you might want to gravitate towards bonus damage perks such as 1-2 punch, trench barrel, and vorpal. In the right scenario, these can take down a super with ease. For a perk like opening shot, this is really going to help to have a more consistent one-hit kill distance. And lastly, snapshot is great for those utilizing the barrel perk full choke, where you're going to have a tighter barrel spread when you ADS. Now, moving into the mod section, I can only suggest one, and that's going to be Icarus grip. I can lie to you and tell you that sprint grip or backup mag or any of these are going to be great, but you aren't here for BS. You want to improve, and there's no better mod for a shotgun than Icarus grip. The last thing you want to do is be flying in the air, shooting down with your shotgun, and your pellets not registering. Now, moving into which shotguns are ideal for the current season. I'm not going to tell you which shotguns you should grind for. I'm just going to be highlighting 3 of the shotguns that stand out in the current season. For starters, we're going to be talking about the Big Daddy Fellwinter's Lie. This shotgun is probably the shotgun you've seen the most in the Crucible. The reason for that is due to its aggressive frame archetype and standard perks. There's a side note, guys, that this shotgun is unattainable at the moment, but as soon as Bungie reintroduces it into the game, I will make a video on it and keep you guys updated. Moving into the next top tier shotgun, we're going to be getting to a shotgun that in the prior season, it was out of reach for some players. But with changes made to the Trials bounty, if on the right week, and again, if on the right week, this weapon can be acquired in under an hour and requires 0 wins in Trials. That shotgun is going to be the Astral Horizon, which is a kinetic shotgun. One of the main reasons this shotgun stands out is due to the rolls that can be acquired from this combo, this shotgun alone. Combinations like quick draw, opening shot, quick draw, 1-2 punch, slide shot, opening shot, and slide shot, 1-2 punch. There's a lot of combinations for this shotgun, and due to its archetype, 1-2 punch is deadly with this bad boy. For those utilizing the 9 hunger in the current season and you're looking for a shotgun to complement your aggressive playstyle, don't overlook the Astral Horizon. It should be in your inventory at all times. Now, moving into the final shotgun in this category, we're going to have the 7th tier shotgun, which can be acquired through the Prismatic Recaster. There are a lot of reasons why this shotgun is great. For starters, it can be easily acquired through the Recaster, so grinding for rolls is extremely easy. Another thing that sets this shotgun apart from others in its archetype are the perks that can be acquired. Now that we have our tools of destruction out of the way, we know which are the best shotguns in the game, it's time to get into some shotgun knowledge. This section is going to consist of shotgun gambling, ADS and non-ADS, and where to aim, which are all related to your range of your weapon. When it comes to range, you need to understand your consistent one-hit kill range. See, when it comes to shotguns, there isn't anything in this game with more RNG than the spread of a shotgun. Sometimes you can kill at 7 meters, and sometimes you can kill at 9 meters. But let's use my Fellwinter's Lie as an example. It has a consistent kill range of 8 meters, which is something you need to keep in mind. See, when people think of shotgun range, they think of it in meters. I personally like to have a visual representation of this is what 8 meters looks like. Again, you can see on screen, this is my ideal range. So I highly recommend you test your shotgun out. Once you get a good idea of how far your consistent one-hit kill range is, that is going to be the distance you want to be within. Every time you get into a shotgun engagement, if you are out of this range, then it is a no-go. Unless your enemy has damage, you don't want that shotgun battle. Now that we have a general idea on range and a visual representation on how far you can one-hit kill, what do I mean by the term shotgun gamble? Let me demonstrate. See how I slide into my enemy? If I slide too soon or too far and I fire, I'm going to deal half damage, not secure the kill, and die because now I am point blank in my enemy's face. This is why you always want to reference your consistent one-hit kill range. This is why we had that visual representation earlier, because I want to get in with that visual representation. I want to get in that range where I know my shotgun will do max damage. The last thing you want to do is leave your enemy at half health and now you're in their face. They don't have to do anything but clean you up. So remember, if you slide into your enemy, you need to picture your ideal range before you fire. Another common question I get is, Brave, where do I aim my shotgun? Should I be aiming for the head to go for critical shots, or should I be aiming center mass? For slug shotguns, your goal is always to aim for the head. But when it comes to shotguns like the Fellwinter's Lie and the 7th Sheriff shotgun, you want to always shoot for center mass. The reason for that is because center mass is a much bigger target. In that area, your chances of landing your shot are greatly increased. Another reason you want to aim center mass is due to your pellet spread. Because your pellet spread is RNG, if you aim for the head, there is a possibility that more of your pellets will not deal damage on your enemy at all because you'll be missing. But if you shoot towards center mass, you now will land a majority of your shots. Lastly, a common mistake I see a lot of players do is ADSing when an enemy is within 2 meters. The reason this is a mistake is because you're allowing your enemy the chance of either sliding or jumping out of your sights. This is why hip firing is a great option when your enemy is up close and personal. You could easily track them and still have an active radar. But if your enemy is outside the 2 to 3 meter range, you're going to want an ADS. Aside from being able to track your enemy's center mass easily, you now have extended damage to your weapon. Your weapon consistent one-hit kill distance is there. When you ADS, you activate the consistent one-hit kill distance. So again, within 2 meters, hip fire. Outside of 2 to 3 meters, you're going to want to ADS. Now, we're getting into the portion of the video where we discuss shotgun tactics. I'll start with a very basic tactic and eventually move into the more advanced tactics. Let's get into the first tactic, which is going to be the slide and shoot. With shotgunning, closing the gap on your enemy is crucial. One of the best methods is sliding into your enemy. This will allow you to quickly close the gap and get into your intended ideal range. By sliding into your enemy, you not only have given yourself the ability to close the gap, but you've also made yourself a smaller target to hit. By sliding, you have now lowered your body to the ground. Now your enemy has to reacquire you in the heat of the engagement. And what has this done? Well, if your enemy was aiming center mass, now some of their pellets are going to go to your head and above your head, while you still have the ability to aim center mass and cause full damage. Now, let's move into the next tactic, which should be common knowledge. That tactic is going to be the melee follow-up. Sometimes you're out of your full damage range. Let's be frank, as much as you try to get in your intended range, there will be times that your opponent still has a bit of health left. One thing that top tier players do is follow every close range shotgun shot with a melee. This is due to the lunge mechanic. When you are close enough to your enemy, you can now auto lock onto them. The reason why this mechanic is so powerful is due to the speed it can be done at. Rather than you having to use 2 shotgun shots, which is significantly slower, the shotgun melee can be done in a fluid motion, which is much quicker. This is something you want to turn into a habit. Always following up every shotgun shot with a melee will always ensure your enemy is taken down. The next tactic we're getting into is creating distance for when you're getting pressed by a shotgunner. Now this tactic works best on mouse and keyboard. When you see a shotgun player slide to engage you, you're going to want to slide away while firing your shotgun. This is going to allow you to create a good amount of distance between you and your enemy. Rather than being late to the party and gamble and slide into your enemy in that circumstance, by you sliding away, you will create significant distance between you and your enemy, causing your enemy to deal less damage. Again, in turn, giving you ample time to either decide to finish that fight or bail from the engagement. Now, mastering shotguns is more than just sneaky tactics and having the best perks. It's also knowing the ins and outs, things that'll keep you out of trouble. In this section, we're going to be talking about some reminders for anyone trying to master a shotgun. For starters, you want to know when it's time to swap to your primary weapon. I'll use the hand cannon shotgun combo. If my opponent is close but out of shotgun range, I need to be engaging with my hand cannon while I close the gap on them. Once I get close enough, this is when I swap to my shotgun and capitalize on my initial damage I dealt with my hand cannon. But the same goes for when my opponent moves out of range. If I pepper my opponent and they decide to disengage and create distance, this is when I swap to my hand cannon and easily clean up my opponent with some headshots. This is why earlier in the video we established consistent range, because once your opponent is out of that range, by having your shotgun out will cause you to lose the gunfight. Keep in mind though that if you swap weapons once, doesn't mean you can't swap again if the situation calls for it. Moving on, something I've seen a lot of players do is forget to reload their shotgun. It's so easy to get in the heat of the battle and in the heat of the moment. If you're consistently getting kills, you'll forget to reload your shotgun. Guys, it's happened to me. I've jumped into a group of enemy guardians and after 2 kills, I'm empty and I'm dead. This is why when the time calls for it and it allows for it, you need to reload your shotgun. Don't forget, you start off with 2 rounds, but after you kill somebody, reload. Now, finishing off this section, something I've said in the past using any weapon in Destiny, use cover. In regards to shotguns, cover is more important than with any other weapon. Remember, you can only kill at 8 to 9 meters, so being able to close the gap on your enemy is necessary. The best way to close the gap is from moving cover to cover. The last thing you want to do is beeline towards your enemy with your shotgun out, like an ape. Instead, keep your main weapon out, start dealing damage, and move cover to cover. Once you get close enough, this is where you capitalize on the situation. Remember, using a shotgun is more than just holding W key or pressing forward on your thumbstick. If you catch yourself losing to other players in shotgun situations, maybe you need to implement a few of the things we talked about in this video. But hey, maybe you're just not a shotgunner. Maybe you enjoy sniping. And if so, if you're looking for a video to help you improve your sniping, you can find that on screen. In that video, I talk about the best tips players use to improve their sniping and take it to another level. One thing I do get asked a lot is, Brave, how do I gel with my team? I can shotgun, I can sniper, but I'm always bumping heads. How can I communicate better as a team? Well, I made a video on how to improve your communication in a team environment. In that video, we talk about the best methods on how to be a team player and how to make the best callouts. You can find that on screen as well. Remember guys, 300 likes on this video and I'll post a follow-up video as soon as it's ready. With that, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. It's a longer video than usual, but again, sometimes some of these videos are going to take a little bit longer, sometimes they're shorter. But thank you so much for making it to the end. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter, all my links are down below. With that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have yourself a good day.